Well, welcome to the station of decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neal, and I'm joined by Chava Cartas, the director of Tenants, which is screening at the Hola Mexico Film Festival in the Nocturno lineup. It's going to be playing June 2nd and June 5th. It's very cool to have you here.
Hello, how are you all? Thank you for inviting me to your program. I'm happy.
Yeah, it was very exciting. So I saw Tenants. I really enjoyed it. And is how do you say the original name for the movie?
It says Inquilinos.
Yeah. So is that
Inquilinos? Yeah.
Inquilinos. Is that still the title in Mexico? They just changed the name for English.
Yeah, no. The title in Mexico is Inquilinos. Yeah, right. just they changed it. As a matter of fact, they changed the name just for the publicity back of the festival. Of the Hola Film Festival, and they put the Tenants, but yeah, it's Inquilinos, then the title of the movie.
Yeah. So how did you get involved in Inquilinos, Tenants?
It was like a couple of years ago. This producer called me and said that he got this movie that they wanted me to direct it, and it wasn't Inquilinos. It was this another movie called Santeria Fantástica. So we start working on that film, and then one night when we were like in the pre-production of the preparing the whole thing of that movie, he said to me that I got a script that you're gonna love it, man. It's like a horror movie, and then I was okay. Let me read it. I don't know if I can do an horror movie because I'm not big fan of the horror movies as well. Mm-hmm. So then. He gave me the script and I read it. I said, man, this is a great script. I really love to shoot it and I really love to direct it. So because it's like not this big horror movie, it's like having different kinds of temas, I would say, a way to see it. Because here in Latin America, we have a lot of, la brujería and all these things about, how do you say brujería? Like, about magicians and witches and all that. I don't know how to say brujería, but in English.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. So.
But, okay, it's like these men that kill their like chickens and they do like work for you can be in love or all kinds of things that we have back in Latin America a lot.
Okay.
And many people believe in that, and all people don't believe in that. So we start to work on the movie, and he said to me, "Okay, what about we shoot both movies?" So it was kind of like a big thing because I prepared the two movies at the same time. I shooted the two movies back in Guadalajara, Mexico. So I shoot first Inquilinos, and then 1 week later I shoot the other movie. That was insane, but it was so like a lot of pressure, but I love the stress and to shoot this horror movie because it was like in this awesome place back in Guadalajara. That was the location, and we just goes in there. We call here like I don't know how to say back, but like this neighborhood, and we say this green big building that it was like old and everything happens down there. So it was like great to work with my actors, with Eric Elias and with Danny Perea. They're very good actors here in Mexico, and I love the movie. It was like a really good experience shooting it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really enjoyed it myself. And did you know the writers before the movie, Juan Carlos and Angelico Gudino?
No, that was the thing is that when I read this script and I say to the producer Pedro, Pedro, you need to give the other script, the one of Santeria Fantástica that is a chick flick. Please give it that script to these guys because they are so good. So finally they write the script of the Santeria Fantástica as well. I didn't know them. I just wrote them the script and said, these guys are amazing. So I thought that they were like, like big, like adult people, not old, but not that young. Mm-hmm. So older than they are. So when I meet them, I say, oh my God, these guys, because they are like, if you say them, it's like a couple, and they're like very young, and very quiet. And I say, oh my God, everything that they got is in his head. You know what I mean? So I love him, and I love the script, and we start to work together, and they start to tell me about all this. They went to all like a different ways to how to say, to investigar. You know, to recollect histories and things. So they start to make the script. So it was like real interesting.
Yeah. So since you weren't a big horror movie fan, did they give you any advice on, you know, how to shoot a horror movie, or did you go and watch older horror movies to get like some idea of, you know, how to make it?
Right. You know, I'm a movie lover. So the I don't watch a lot of horror movies, but I watch the horror movies, like, you know, like I love Rob Zombie, like Rob Zombie movies, the House of the 10,000 Corpse. I love The Devil's Reject. Then I love Sinister. I don't know how to say that in English with Ethan Hawke. Sinister, something like that. Okay. And so I saw a lot of terror. And then when I start to do to prepare to the pre-production of the movie, I start to see a lot of movies. And Pedro Lopez, the producer, loves the horror movies. So he was like all the time with me and said, you gotta see this, you gotta see that one. And I start to okay. It was like real fun, because after that I love to shoot horror movies, you know. And it's a great, and it's so hard and difficult to direct horror movies. The timing it's gotta be like perfect. You cannot move the camera before or after, and then everything is like so perfect, so exacto. That is great. It's really hard.
Are horror movies big in Mexico?
Sorry, what?
Are horror movies, are they popular in Mexico?
Yeah, they're very popular, very popular. And it's like, you know, if you shoot a horror movie, the people really love it. You know, even if it's not that good. You know what I mean? It's like it's a very fine way to bring people to cinema with horror movies, with horror history. So here in Mexico, we really shoot a lot of horror movies. Some great ones, some not that great. You know, but the Mexican loves horror movies.
Yeah, I saw Tigers Are Not Afraid a couple years ago. I thought that was excellent out of Mexico.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we have a couple ones that is very good. We have another one that calls something. It was like about cannibals, you know, and it was about cannibals here in one of the most popular neighborhood of Mexico. And that was great too. Yeah, we have good movies, good horror movies.
So your movie's going to be at the Hola Mexico Film Festival. Had you ever been there before, either a movie there or just been there yourself?
No, yeah. As a matter of fact, last year I went down there with the Treintona Santeria Fantástica one, and then this year I'm going to be with two movies, with Inquilinos and with another one that I shoot that calls Mis Reyes contra Godines. It's like a comedy. And it calls Mi Reyes is like fancy people, you know, and Godines are like the people that work 9 to 5. And
cool.
I'm gonna be down there with both movies. Yeah. I'm happy to be down there. I love it.
Yeah. So when you're at a festival, because I just started doing festivals myself, do you get to know other filmmakers or other people in movies, and maybe, you know, get to work with them?
Yeah, that's the great things about festivals, you know, because you went down there and you see a lot of different movie makers and all these reunions and parties, and so it's great. It's the best way to connect with people that do the same of you, like the movie makers all around the world. And I have like a really I've been in Italy like 3 months ago in another festival, a big one. And it was like awesome, and I went there with Mi Reyes contra Godines as well. So it's like real cool to be down there, you know, to be in the festivals and all the people you met down there. It's like a big I cannot say party. It's like how to say
it's like a community.
yeah, and celebrate the movie business. So it's great. And in the Hola Mexico Film Festival, I love to do, like, it's going to be my second year down there, and I really want to go down. I really want to go.
Yeah. Now, before you started making movies, had you ever been out of Mexico? Had you been to Italy in the United States?
No, before I start movies,
yeah.
Sorry. What was the question?
I was just wondering, before you made movies, had you been to the United States and Italy and other countries?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I travel a lot. I love to travel, but in the thing that we do, the movie industry, you can travel more. You know, like the first time I went to New York, I went to shoot a movie down there. Was like,
oh, nice.
A feature down there. And then, but I love California, and I love to ride motorcycle. So I ride a lot. I ride with my bike like all the way to California, all the way to the States. And then, I've been in Europe before I started with the movie things. But then I come back, you know, with doing shooting. I shoot back in Barcelona, and then back in the States, I shoot in different places, and that in South America. Yeah, that's the great things about my job, that you can shoot around the world, and that's great.
Yeah. So what kind of audience is at the Hola Mexico Film Festival? Is it mostly Spanish-speaking audience, or is it a mixture?
I think it's a mixture, you know, because it was kind of great, the Q&A, and well, that's the experience I got last year, because it was a lot of Americans and a lot of Mexicans and producers. I mean, producers, people from the industry, from the movie industry, and then a lot of Latinos that goes to see the movies speaking Spanish, you know. But it was great to have this Q&As and speak with people from the States and from the United States and people from all Latin America. So it's kind of great.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned the two main cast members are great actors, and they were really good in it. Had you worked with them before, or was the first movie you worked with them?
With Eric Elias was the first time, yeah. But with Danny Pereira, no. With Danny Pereira, I had the chance to direct her. Sorry, in different. Well, I was like 2 TV series back in Mexico. One was El Dandy. It's for Sony, and then the other one was Rosario Tijeras. That is like another TV series back from Mexico, and it was like the third time I worked with Danny, and she starts very, very young as an actress in this movie called Temporada de Patos. It was like a thriller movie from Enke, another Mexican director, and she was like 14 years old, something like that, when she started. So it's an actress, like, it's a really good actress. And then with Eddie Elias, it was the first time that I worked with him.
What was it about him that you thought made him good for Damien?
It was like, I didn't know him, and then this Pedro called me and said, Pedro, the producer, he said, okay, listen, I saw this guy in a short film, and I think he can do the Damien part. What if you could, like, give it a try with him and give me a cast and meet him in a cast? And I said, okay, yeah, sure, why not? Why not? Because I was like, we were looking for it for Damien, and I didn't have it like real. I have a couple thing, ideas, but I didn't have like somebody like, oh, he can be that. So I went to this casting house. That's correct, yeah. And I met him there, and then we were like talking about it, and I said, okay, this is a horror movie, and he said, Chava, it's gonna be like a lot of FX in the movie, like we're gonna have a lot of VFX in the movie. And I say, no, that's a very good question to an actor, you know, that is interested in that part of the movie. Why you ask me that? And he said, because it's kind of, you know, we don't have this like big budgets to do big movie VFX things, and that's why it's like I want to know if this movie is that kind of one of the VFX a lot of. And I said, no, man, that's one of the biggest things that I love about the movie, that we don't have VFX, we don't have everything happens in there. It's like this is things that happen in Mexico, in Latin America, You know, if you go to these markets and you can find these people that make these magic things and all that brujeria. Say, okay, great, I love it. So in that point, I said, okay, this guy is smart. Let me see how it works with, and then he started to do the casting, and I love it. And I said, great, you are the one. I think you are the one that gotta do the movie. What do you think about it? Do you see that? Do you see the movie? So how?
Yeah. I really liked it a lot. I saw some similarities, not through the whole movie, but kind of the build up to the movie to Rosemary's Baby, which is actually one of my favorites. So
right.
it was a nice slow build, you know, to what's going on. Has a lot of tension and good atmosphere in the movie because you don't know exactly what's, you know, happening. And I always like a supernatural movie where because there always comes a point where the characters themselves, you know, believe, okay, there is something going on here that's not, you know, that's not natural. And I always think that's an interesting part of any movie that has, you know, something supernatural going on in it. Right.
That's when I say witchcraft, you know, the witchcraft thing. And yeah, you're right. It's like a mix of this real thing that it can happen to anyone. And the other thing is that this supernatural thing that happens at the end of the movie, you know, as the movie starts and moving on. So, yeah, that was the first thing that the script that I love about the script. That I said, okay, I can shoot this because this is like a real thing. It can happen to anyone. You know, if you believe or not believe, that's not about it. It's about it can happen to you, no?
Yeah.
And it's kind of, that was the thing that I love about the script. So as soon as we start shooting it, I said, okay, we need like a very good location. And it's because the location is like, how do you say, it's like another character of the movie, you know? So I didn't want to shoot it in Mexico. I didn't want to shoot in Mexico City, because Mexico City, like this big city that have a lot of places that can work, but I need something about more north of Mexico. We call him like provincia, like outside of Mexico City, of this big metropolis. So we went to Guadalajara, and then we were like, we were in the scouting, looking for this building, and then the third building that I see was that one that I thought that was our location. As soon as I just get in there, I feel the vibes, you know. I say, okay, this is it. This is the third character that I need for the movie. So I say I want to shoot here in Guadalajara. This is it. And then it was like kind of strange, because in these buildings it's like they have like a 30 or 90 houses inside, you know. We call vecindades. And everyone that I go before, they are looking for the location, the other ones, it's a lot of people and kids and like a lot of life inside, you know, because there's a lot of families living down there. So in this one, it was empty. Like, oh my God, nobody lives here or what? And then they say, no, all the houses are full. But it's like that. They always like, nobody goes out. Everything is so quiet. And I say, oh my God, this is like, I know. Okay, this is what we need. So as soon as we start shooting, we were like in this place for about 7 weeks. 7 weeks, which was that. And it was every time quiet, nobody outside the halls, or, you know. And I don't know why. It was like it was perfect for the movie. It was this vibe that goes with the movie. So yeah, we finished down there, and that was a great to find that location.
Yeah. Now, is anything in the movie based on any like legends or any like known like rituals or anything?
Yeah, but we talk about Santeria. You know what is Santeria? It's like this religion that it began with people from Cuba and with people from Africa, that they have to how do you say venerar, man, and like they cannot say that their saints was one or other, so they have to I don't know how to say, to work with the saints, but they need to cover it, to cover the saints, to the government and the church don't don't find out that they believe in other saints. You know?
Yeah.
So la Santeria is one of the most popular and important religions back in Latin America. So it wasn't easy to talk about that without, I don't want to be like comprometido, like in a bad position with the religion. If I'm going to put it in my movie, I need to speak with the people that are in that religion and say, okay, I don't want to unrespect,
right,
that, So please tell me, what can I do? What can I do and what can I not do? So these people, I met magicians, these witches, told me about, okay, you can do this if you're gonna kill a chicken or to kill a chicken. You don't have to do that. You have to do this, and that's how we start to work with the script. And before we start to shooting, and remember the scene that this witcher, this man or I say, well, Santero. You remember that when he got the chicken?
Yes, yeah,
with the head and all that.
Yeah.
So that was like a big scene, and it was like, oh my God, I hope I don't disrespect nobody. That I don't. You got to be careful with that, because it's like, okay, be careful with where you're going, and it's because a lot of people in Latin America believes on it. Believe in that kind of thing.
Yeah. Actually, that's why I asked that, because when that scene particularly, I watched, and I actually it seemed there was like a realism to it, so I thought maybe it was based on a real ritual.
Right. That it's based on real ritual, but we have to like something yes and something don't. And you can go if you go to these markets here in Mexico City or back in Guadalajara. You can go to these markets and you can find these people, and they do that. You say, okay, I want to marry with this girl. Okay, you want to marry with this girl, you gotta do this and this, and then they do this ritual. Or I hate that guy, or I hate that other person. All that things. So you got to be real careful with that. You cannot okay, I'm gonna shoot that and see what happens. No, because I don't believe it, but I respect it.
Yeah. Now, so have you watched the movie with an audience yet?
No, not yet. This is gonna be my first time.
Yeah. What's that experience like when you watch your movie with an audience?
Oh, that's one of the most great experience and awful experience at the same time.
Right.
And you just go inside and you I would say, and if you want to the people act like let me put my words on it. It's like you go in the theater and then the movie starts and then you feel like, okay, I do these things to the people laugh. So you're waiting to see it's gonna work, Or I do these things to the people can be scary and shout. Okay, let's see it happen. And it's so like sometimes in some of the parts that you never thought that they're gonna laugh, they laugh. And the part that you really want to, they laugh, they don't laugh. So it's kind of weird, but it's a great experience, It's a great experience to see the people how they react with the things you're gonna put in your movies. That's amazing.
Yeah. So, what made you want to become a movie maker originally?
I was born back in Durango, Mexico. Durango, Mexico is what they say that there was movie land. A lot of westerns they shoot it down there, like the Bad and the Ugly, like the Wild Ones with Sam Peckinpah and all that guys. So the first time I went to something about that I know or that I go for a movie, it was in the theaters. I went to the set, to these big back lots of the westerns where they were shooting, and I was around 9 years old, something like that. And I was like, oh my God, I want to do this. I tell you, since I was like a kid. So I went to all the time to the sets, and they were shooting a lot of movies back there when I was like from 9 years to 15 years, and then to 20 years. And so that's why I really want to be a movie maker, to tell histories. That's how it starts. So as soon as I can come to Mexico City to start working on it, I try to get in the school, to a film school here called CCC, and I didn't have the chance. So I start working on the set. I start working on movies and TV series and TV commercials, and that's how I start my career. And then I go to Cuba, to this school at San Antonio de los Baños. So I went down there and stuff for a couple of years, cinema and cinematography, because I shoot like 14 years as a director of photography. I was director of photography. I shot for about 14 movies. And then 10 years ago, I decided to start direct. That's the thing that I really love. So I started direct 11 years ago.
Yeah. Have you done your own Western yet?
No, not yet. Not yet, but I'm not going to die before I do that. I really got to do it. And I'm working on it. I'm working because I really want to do a Western. I shoot one of my first movie as a director called Amor Extremo. It's about motorcycles, about dirt bikes. Yeah. And it's a kind of a Western movie, because they go in the motorcycles and they like in the careers, and I shoot back in Durango, and I shoot in Zacatecas, like these places that we have an awesome landscape. So that was my first movie, but I really I got to shoot that Western movie, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. So I do see you have another horror movie coming up, Mech Zombies.
Yeah, right. Where do you hear about that?
I saw it's on IMDb. I don't know if maybe you don't even know yourself, but it's up on your IMDb page. Yeah.
I'm just working on it right now. We speak. This is in 5 weeks. I start shooting that. It's going to be real cool. I'm so happy to work on it and to direct that. The producer is the same producer that is from Mis Redes Contra Godines. That was like a big movie back here in Mexico. And so we're going to start shooting in 5 weeks, and we're going to shoot it in Durango, Mexico, back in Durango. So I'm so happy to go back there to shoot a movie, and it's about zombies, and it's about this like kind of, do you remember Stand By Me or The Goonies? It's like these kids having a great adventure, and then they're gonna fight against the zombies and all that. So yeah, I'm happy to shoot that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go to the festival, Hola Film Festival, just a couple days, because I'm gonna be like 4 days before start shooting back in Durango. So I'm really, really happy to shoot that. And here I go again with a horror movie, kind of.
Yeah, I think it's a horror comedy, but yeah, it still has horror elements of the zombies in it.
Yeah, it's gonna be zombies and action, and like between that, like Zombieland, or like this scout guy for a zombie invasion, something like a zombie apocalypse. Yeah, it's kind of. And this, I think this is gonna be the first Mexican zombie movie. That's cool. That's cool. That's a big step. Let's see how it goes. It's been like hard thing to prepare, with the makeup people and with the VFX and all that. It's like kind of hard, but I think it's gonna be a great movie.
Cool. So did you say that you filmed Tenants in Inquilinos, in a week?
No, 7 weeks.
Okay. 7 weeks, okay.
No.
And then it was a week later to film the other movie, I see.
Right. I shoot for 7 weeks in Inquilinos, and then I just have a 1 week hold, and then I start the other one. Yeah.
So you're a busy man.
Oh yeah. It's been a busy times. Yeah.
So when you first wanted to start making movies, when you're on the set watching the westerns, what did your parents think? Did they support the decision to become a movie maker?
That was kind of, one time when I was like 20 years, my dad come and say, "Okay, so what are you gonna do with your life?" And I said, "Dad, I want to be a movie maker." And then he said, "No, really, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna live off?" Right. Yeah, I want to live as a movie maker. And then my dad said, "Okay, you gotta remember something. There's movie makers there were movie makers and filmmakers and film talkers. So I hope you're gonna be a filmmaker, not a film talker." I said, "Okay, let's see how it's going." And well, I've been a filmmaker, not a film talker for now.
Very cool. Has he seen your movies? I assume he has.
What? Like what?
Has he watched your movies?
Yeah. See, he always go by when with the premieres. He always been there with my father and my mom as well. Yeah, that's the premieres. I hate premieres, because that's where all my family's in there, all the people, all your friends, and they cannot say, "Hey, your movie doesn't work" or whatever. Okay, so because it's their day, That's the worst part. But then as soon as I just get that to the premiere, then the next week I always go to a theater, whatever, and go sit down, buy my popcorn, and watch my movie and watch the people how they're gonna react with the movie.
Yeah. So going forward, would you are you always going to make films in Mexico? Would you ever like to make a film in America?
No, I would love to. I would love to go and shoot back in the States. Yeah. The thing is that I love to shoot movies. I love to tell histories. Wherever they take me, I be there, Yeah, and I really want to go back to the United States someday to shoot a movie. I love that. Yeah. Will be great.
Yeah. So Hola Mexico Film Festival. It's from May 31st to June 8th. A lot of cool stuff playing there. Your film's going to be June 2nd and June 5th. I like that they show it twice because sometimes at film festivals, especially ones that are like over a week, you might not have time to see everything. So if there's two showings, people can make sure they get to see it.
That's fantastic. That's Samuel, the director of the festival, is a great guy. I love him. It's been like real good, real cool guy. So it's cool that it's gonna be they're gonna show the Inquilinos twice. That's fantastic. That's gonna show Inquilinos twice, and then my other movie, Mires contra Godines, is gonna be the closing.
Oh, really?
Of the festival. Yeah, it's like great, big time.
Yeah. That's pretty wild to have two movies at the same festival.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. That's awesome. That's unbelievable. That's why I go to my dad and I say, "Remember when you say what I'm gonna do for a living?" I got two movies now in a festival, Dad. So yeah, you can be proud of me.
Yeah, very cool. So how can people follow you online? Are you on Twitter or Facebook or any social media?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter and Instagram as well. It's Chava Cartas. That's it, at Chava Cartas.
All right, very cool. Well, I appreciate you coming on. I had a lot of fun talking to you, and I really dug the movie, and I hope people come out and see it at the Hola Mexico Film Festival.
Yeah, you're going to have a good time. You go see the movie. Yeah, I promise that. Thank you very much for your invitation. This has been great to speak with you guys. And maybe my English is not that well, I need to practice more that. But
that's fine.
Okay. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Yeah, your English is better than my Spanish, so it's all good.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.